With more and more organizations like the HSUS and PETA criticizing common agricultural practices, farmers need to be able to convey their side of the story. The Monitor's Ryan Naquin reports how the Georgia Farm Bureau is preparing farmers and ranchers to communicate on the topic of animal agriculture.
No one cares more about taking care of the next generation as much as a farmer. However, life on a farm takes a toll on your time. Till, plant, grow, harvest. And it's a life of repeating. And as farmers get busy on their farms, they often overlook the act of reaching out in their communities and sharing the importance of agriculture. At this year's Georgia Farm Bureau President's Conference in Perry, a crowd of farmers learned that the time to be on the offense is now, and that waiting to react to reports criticizing farmers is just like starting a race where your opponent gets a head start.
We have a responsibility to educate consumers about where their food comes from, or we have to understand as agriculture that we are going to be driven by consumers who don't understand our business. That's just the society that we live in today.
It's a whole lot easier to play offense than it is defense. We need to be telling the American public how well we think of our animals, how well we take care of them, how much we think about our soil and water. Our children drink the water underneath my farm. My children play on the soil on my farm. My children take care of the cows and animals on my farm. I mean, we're not going to harm them. They are what makes us what we are, and we take care of them.
It's estimated that every dollar spent denouncing agricultural practices, it takes $10 for farmers to regain the trust of the public. So to bring the fight for agriculture to a level playing field, the experts at this conference explained that social media websites and understanding the generations are the best ways to engage the consumers.
The reality is whether you agree with Facebook or Twitter or not, you have to be a part of the conversation or accept the fact that Wayne Pacelle, Ellen DeGeneres, and many other spokespeople from the animal rights and environmentalist groups are putting a face on the farmer for you.
The better they can understand different generations, whether they're traditional, baby boomers, Generation X, or Generation Y, we're going to have a stronger Farm Bureau because we'll be more inclusive of all types of members.
It's very important that we know these things and recognize them, because in trying to get new members, we have to go after those younger generations, and we need to know what is molded the way they think and why they think like they do, so we can communicate with them.
Drew Echols has used social media sites for more than a year to promote agriculture. He says it's given his business more revenue and more interaction with the consumer.
I try to be the face of agriculture. That's what I try to do. I try to tell the story in a way that our customers can understand and portray Georgia farmers as good stewards of the land and the environment.
We all know that farmers are passionate about what they do. And here at this conference, the message was to convey that passion to others when they're telling the story of agriculture.
First, find your passion and to really be able to identify what it is that you want to talk out about.
We need to tell people that we're so passionate, we're going to take care of it. We're not going to do things to tear it down and destroy it. And it's important that we show our passion, because that's what we live each and every day.
We need to put a face on the issue and need to put the farmer's face on the issue.
In Perry for the Georgia Farm Monitor, I'm Ryan Naquin.
Thanks for the report.